Welcome back. It's time for First Call, when the viewer gets an opportunity to put a question directly to an investing professional. Our investing professional today is Allan Small, Senior Investment Advisor at IA Private Wealth, the Allan Small Group at IA Private Wealth. Amin is calling from Ottawa. Amin, thanks for calling.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I had the Magnificent Seven stocks, and I sold them before Trump came to power. I made a lot of profit. I have $500,000. I've started reinvesting in the Magnificent Seven, and I have already invested half. I still have half. Is it advisable to do so? Thank you.
Well, congratulations on selling them at a good time. That definitely, I should start with that. To me, I don't know if I would go into all the Magnificent Seven. Perhaps a lot of the names, maybe 6 out of the 7, I think can be looked at, with the exception of Tesla. I still believe Tesla is expensive, even at these lower levels. But again, as I said earlier on the show, I think tech in general, big cap tech, has been ground zero for a lot of the market pullbacks. The NASDAQ's been hit the hardest. I think if you have a long-term time horizon, the big cap techs, the Mag 7, some of the names of the part of the Mag 7 definitely can be looked at, whether it's a Meta, an Amazon, a Google, or Alphabet. I think these names, to me, make a lot of sense. These names, perhaps a little bit more than Apple or Microsoft, which I think don't make as much sense, just because I think these other names are better opportunities, better buys. I think they're cheaper. I think they have better prospects going forward. So I don't know necessarily if I'd be a buyer of all the Mag 7, but I definitely think you could take a look at some of the Mag 7 today.
Okay, thanks, Amin, for your call from Ottawa. Let's go to Anita in Markham. Hi, Anita.
Good morning. Thank you, gentlemen, for taking my call. I'm a very conservative and long-term investor, but that didn't shield me from this downturn. And my question to you is, should I be buying on the dip right now, or should I be clinging on to my cash and wait for more dip? I'm really lost at this time. I need your advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Anita. No problem. And I have to say, you're like many other investors right now, trying to figure out whether this is the buying opportunity of I heard a generational buying opportunity, some people have said. Some have just stayed away. And so I just don't think you can actually time this kind of market, trying to catch that falling knife every time. Over the last at least week or so, investors have tried to buy into this market. It's been kind of getting in front of a freight train coming right at you. So I would say that, again, depending on your time horizon and what you want your money to do for you, I think it is an opportunity to grow your wealth over the longer term. In the short term, extremely bumpy. I think there's always a bull market somewhere out there. And, you know, whether it's in gold right now or whether it's in somewhere else, right now it's just difficult to find. But I think if you do buy some of these good quality names on the cheap, I do believe at some point there will be some negotiations out of the White House with these countries, such as China and others. And I think the market will rebound. It's just a matter of when. And I think, if, as I said, if you have a longer term time horizon, I think you can start to take at least nibbling at some of these really cheap, good quality names.
Should an investor like Anita, who is considering buying the dip, wait for volatility to ease? Wait until we stop seeing these huge, I was going to say huge swings. Right now we're seeing huge declines in market, but should she be watching things like the VIX index and looking for a more calm market when the daily changes are less severe?
Yeah, and it's a great point. And to me, I just don't think anyone should be in a rush right now. It's not like you have to buy things at 9:30 this morning. I've been kind of sitting on my hands for the last few days for sure, and a few weeks even. I haven't been too active because it just seems like things are kind of getting a little bit worse rather than starting to improve. And so for many people, they're going to want to see a little bit of improvement before they step in. And I think that can make sense for certain individuals. Again, it just depends on the type of investor you are, your time horizon, what you're looking for your money to do for you, more so than deciding on based on age or anything else. What do you want your money to do for you? Are you looking for growth? Are you looking for income? Are you looking for capital preservation? What is the most important thing you need to do? And I think that's how you decide whether you should jump in now or maybe wait a little bit. Either way, I think you're going to make out okay. I just think those that are panicking and selling at this point, that could be the wrong move, especially after the large declines that we've seen.
Here comes another caller, Nadia in Oakville. Hi, Nadia. Thank you for waiting on the line.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. Actually, mine has to do with my kids' RESP, which they will be needing to access within the 4 years, which is pretty much the whole term of Trump's presidency. Majority of the exposure is to the U.S. market, and now I've seen that it's tanking. So I'm kind of concerned and worried. I'm wondering, do I sell that entire RESP portfolio, take the gains that are still sitting there and maybe park it into a GIC, or do I just leave it and ride it out and see what happens, or even maybe buy some more shares now that there is a dip? So I'm a little confused as to what to do. And
okay, we've got just under 90 seconds to answer that question, Alan. Good question from Nadia.
Yeah, great question. And so here's a situation where we do have kind of a defined period of time. I think you said 4 years. And so this is a question that now we have to figure out, what are you comfortable with? Do you still need to grow the RESP? How large is your RESP? Is this something, do you have enough money saved in the RESP at this point to support your children or child going through college or university? Is this already done and now you're just, gravy, growth and now at this point is just gravy on top? If it is, maybe you do want to put a bunch of that money into something a little bit more conservative, whether it's a utility or pipeline or some sort of fixed income product. However, if you still need to grow, if your RESP is nowhere near where you want it to be, then yes, you're going to have to make decisions and make moves so that you can grow your portfolio more over the next 4 years. And that will mean perhaps putting more money to work in this market.
Nadia, thank you very much for your call. And that is it for us on the street today. We want to thank Allan Small most of all. Thank you very much, Alan. As